An economic downturn doesn't have to impact your finances if you make smart money moves. So with us today is Jonathan McCoy, partner and lead advisor at Market Advisory Group, to explain why it's good to have a plan to protect your investments. So Jonathan, is now a good time to reevaluate your investment strategies and make changes?
Well, it can be, especially if you're deciding on how far out you are from retirement. And most of the folks that we talk to, they're usually within 5 to 10 years of retiring or just shortly after retirement. And the difficulty is understanding what sequence are you going to be retiring into as far as the stock market is concerned. So many people are reliant on stocks to continue to grow to provide income over time. But if you retire into a period like a recession, that can throw a wrench into the mix.
Absolutely. And so for those sitting at home right now who are nearing retirement, if they have plans to keep working, what do their options look like?
So while you're currently investing, still saving in your 401k and continuing to work, most people, once they reach around age 59 and a half, depending on your work plan's rules, you can actually roll money out of your employer-sponsored plan and invest in something like an IRA. IRAs just give you access to a wider variety of investments compared to a 401k style account. And that's where we typically take over for our clients in helping with a more proactive money management solution. A gentleman I talked to recently, he was concerned about what happened in 2008 if that were to occur again, this many years closer to his retirement age. He wanted a more proactive plan to have a more predictable sort of safety net in place to make sure he wasn't going to lose 30 or 40 or 50% of his money right before he retires.
And so that's where the IRA can come into play?
Yeah, because most 401ks are going to have a more passive investing strategy that's going to sort of ride the roller coaster of the market.
All right, that makes sense. And if you make investment changes during a downturn, what kind of tax implications are we talking about?
Well, it depends on the type of account. If it's a pre-tax account like a 401k, tax implications are pretty minimal unless you start pulling money out to spend it. But if you're rolling over from a 401k to an IRA, that's not a taxable move. So you can make decisions, you can make changes on your investment strategy without having to get the IRS involved in your situation right away.
And of course, right before the break, we promised the people some vacation planning ideas too. You're back from vacation.
Right.
Where do we find the best sunset?
The absolute best sunset I have ever seen is actually on St. John Island, down in the Virgin Islands. But there are many great places to view, and especially with some of the travel challenges recently, I encourage people, try to loosen up a little bit. We feel like we've been so caved in here at home and having to live domestically here recently. It's just important to look for those places that make you happy, even if it's just visiting family, the state next door, whatever it may be. Get out of the house, do some things to enjoy your life. You've worked hard to save and provide, especially in retirement. You should be doing the things you want to do. Absolutely.
And so what's next on your vacation list?
Well, we've got a short trip coming up for sort of appreciation for our tax employees, because we're going to be coming up on the end of tax season. They are really working hard right now. So we're going to be taking them out of town for a couple of days just to enjoy a little bit of time out of the office.
Sounds like fun. Jonathan, thanks you so much for being with us.
Yeah, thank you.
And of course, to schedule a complimentary consultation and submit your questions, visit askaradvisor.com or call 816-548-2000. They'll take your questions and even meet with you one-on-one free of charge. If you include your address, Market Advisory Group will send you a free gift too.